Well, thank you both for being here. I can reassure Senator Kennedy a little bit on Vietnam because I was just there, and I can tell you that we met with the second top ranking official in Vietnam, and everybody we met with was very clear. They were getting to clean energy by 2050, and that's their goal. So they talked about their concerns, significant concerns, both they and in the Philippines, about climate change and the impact that it's having there. So thank you for the work that you're doing. One of the best ways to address our energy needs is through energy efficiency. And energy-saving performance contracting has been very effective. I used it when I was governor extensively. It saved taxpayers money, and it also saved thousands of pounds of pollution. Under the bipartisan infrastructure law, we've made it more possible for the federal government to use performance contracting. Can you talk about how you view that, how much that is going to be part of your recommendations, and also what DOE is thinking about in terms of trying to help states and municipalities use performance contracting?
Yeah, performance contracting is just such a no-brainer. It is something that we are using. Our FEMP unit is pushing this across the federal government and certainly inside. The funding that was given, FEMP just did a competitive grant, which it's with the AFFECT funding that, thank you very much, Congress supplied. 85% of the awardees from that grant went to performance contracting. So we believe in it. It is a win-win, and we'd like to see more of it.
And do you have any estimates on how much money we're going to be able to save the federal government by using performance contracting? And then also, if you could speak to what can be done through DOE to help states and municipalities?
Yeah, well, I will say the state energy offices we work with all the time and providing technical assistance as well as grant funding. In terms of the actual percentage of what has been saved, I'm going to get back to you on that, or the percentage or the actual numbers.
Thank you.
Because I don't have that in my notes here.
Great. Undersecretary Ruby, Russia's no longer participating in the New START treaty and has been rattling sabers about their nuclear weapons during the war in Ukraine, and also the concern about weaponizing space with nuclear weapons. So can you talk about how we are talking to our allies and partners about our own nuclear deterrent, how we are reassuring them that what we're doing is safe?
Yeah, thank you for this question. It is, the approach that we've taken in the Department of Energy and NNSA over this administration is, since we're not talking to our adversaries, let's double down on talking to our allies and partners. And we've done that. We've spent a lot of time in NATO and Asia with our partners around the world. And there is an increased knowledge and an increased interest in everything that we're doing in our weapons program and our nuclear deterrence program writ large, including our non-pro, and they are, the world is making huge, we're making huge contributions to Ukraine, so is the rest of the world. Some of that we're doing in complete cooperation. Much of it we're doing in complete cooperation to make sure we're covering the nuclear threat. And I would just say that, we have continued, this environment is creating a great deal of cooperation, and we'll have a lot to do to continue to reassure. But at this point, I think we've really increased our communication, and there's much better understanding of nuclear deterrence. I say the nuclear IQ is higher than it's been in a long time in both NATO and with our allies in Asia.
Well, one of those partnerships is around AUKUS with Australia and the United Kingdom. How is NNSA involved in the nuclear technology that's going to be critical to AUKUS?
Yeah, in two different ways. So in the NNSA, we do have an element of naval reactors. Naval reactors has a DoD part and a DOE part. We in the NNSA operate laboratories that design fuels for reactors, and the way the AUKUS agreement will work is those submarines that will be provided to Australia will have a completely sealed nuclear reactor. The materials will not be able to be removed. It'll be, you know, the same, have the performance like our reactors, completely sealed, very good reactors, very good for nonproliferation. We also have a significant effort in our nonproliferation element where we're working with Australia and the IAEA to make sure that all of the systems are in place to assure the world that there's no diversion of nuclear material as a result of AUKUS.
Thank you. Thank you both.